How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. We are talking about BNGO today because they are actually going up on earnings, which is really surprising after a day where there was so much red in the market. If I had to guess, I would have thought that what would have happened was BNGO came out with some earnings that we expected, and the stock would have gone down if I had to put money on it. Now, of course, I was not selling the stock beforehand. I'm bullish on BNG over the long term, and it's nice to see it go up about 5% after market hours today on their earnings announcement. Now, I'm going to be listening to the earnings call, but you can see that the market is reacting positively to what's happening now. Now, before we get into it, if you guys don't mind hitting the thumbs up, I really appreciate it. I don't have a face cam here, and sometimes that drives the view count down, but I'm going somewhere after this, so I can't spend too much time on the video, but I want to get it to you guys as quickly as possible. There are going to be no edits or anything in this video here, hopefully. So I appreciate the thumbs up. Also, there is a link down there below in case you want an interest rate on your cryptocurrency. You can check out BlockFi. They're also giving up to $250 bonus. Also, there's a link down there to the Patreon in case you want to check out what I buy and sell and talk about the market and stuff like that with other investors. Definitely check it out. And last thing, there is a link down there to WeBull in case you want to get 2 free stocks. And they're worth up to $1,850, and you can try out this platform here. Now, BNGO is continuously spiking right now after their news. You can see it is skyrocketing. Now, honestly, I thought it was a good earnings from what I saw, but nothing that makes me think that it should shoot up this much, I'll be honest, but let's read through it here. So again, this isn't going to be super in depth. Maybe I'll do a video in the future because again, like I just saw this. It came out at 4:01 Eastern time. It's 4:11 now, so I spent about 10 minutes looking through it. But this has been a really big year for BNGO, and they talk about it here. Like they have blown up this year. Their stock price has gone up 20-fold or something like that, from a 50-cent stock that was in a desperate place with compliance to now it being a very important company that's really on the map for optical genome mapping. So they go through a little bit of the background. One thing that they talked about is as we begin 2021, Bionano's balance sheet is in the strongest position ever. They've raised about $335 million, which significantly de-risks the company, solidifies our financial future, and allows us to focus on the achievement of our long-term vision to disrupt genomics through the global adoption of SoFi. So that is exactly true. And I said this in my video yesterday, talking about this before we actually got the earnings. This is a very different company from where it was for people that were investing like a year ago or even 4 months ago. When I bought it, this was a very different company. It was a much riskier company. Now, of course, like the price is more risky, but now that it's gone up 20x, but the company itself is in a much better situation. So they go through some of the SoFi systems highlights. They talk about what they did this year. They have actually increased the number of samples that can be run through, the speed which they can be run through. They expanded applications of OGM in human and non-human research. They were in a bunch of publications. I have to give it to them. Their Twitter page is always buzzing with new research, with new use applications for this. And again, we go back to that they raised $335 million from 2 different offerings. The full utilization of its $40 million ATM facility and the exercise of outstanding warrants. The company completed the acquisition of diagnostic service provider Lineagen, an important step towards accelerating the clinical adoption of SoFi for digital cytogenetics, and expanded their diagnostic testing menu. The company enhanced their senior management team. Here we get to the financial highlights. The revenues of the fourth quarter of 2020 were $4 million. Now, this was an increase from last year, and this was an increase to what people expected. So this is on Benzinga. They just came out with this yesterday. They were expecting about $3.5 million, according to analysts, in revenue. They beat it by, 10% or so? 15%? They beat it by about 14-15% in revenue. This increase was due to a $1.1 million increase in service revenue, contributed primarily by their Lineagen subsidiary. Revenues for the year ended were about 8.5 million, which was actually down from 2019. This was mostly due to the pandemic and the introduction of our reagent rental program, partially offset by 1.6 million increase in services revenues. Their gross margin for the fourth quarter was down 30%, down 9% from 39% in the same period of 2019. This was due to a $400,000 one-time charge. So this definitely hurt them on that side. The gross margins for the year ended with 33%, consistent with 2019. Their operating expenses were 12.3 million, an increase of 3.4 million. They say this is mostly due to an increase in salary. They increased headcount by 49 people also. Operating expenses were 41.3 million, an increase of approximately 11.4 million from 29.9 million in the same year of 2019. Now, from what I detailed in here, what I got out of this, they had earnings per share that was right around -4 cents, if I'm calculating it right, for the quarter. Now, I could have missed something here, but I believe that's what it is. And that is right under what they expected here of -$0.05 per share. So overall, I am honestly surprised a little bit that we're seeing such a spike here in the price. I mean, I like it. I like BNGO a lot. But it seems like a little bit of an overreaction. I wonder if people are just reading the fact that they beat earnings by 14% and haven't really looked at it. But what I really want to hear is how they are going to increase this in the future. I want to see how they can increase their sales moving forward. Now, they do outline in here, I believe I saw this earlier, they outlined some big milestones for 2021. So Q2, the accreditation of Sapphire-based LTDs for all and FSHD in certain EU markets, commercial release of prenatal assays, and expansion of the menu of pediatric assays, interim publications, validation of 3 LDTs, total with billing codes, prototype of next-gen throughput Sapphire, reach installed base of 150 systems. So they're still not talking about a huge number of systems installed, but this would be a 50% increase over year end 2020. So they are putting out some milestones, and I think maybe this is where some people are actually feeling good about the company. The fact that they have guidance, they already have milestones in 2021 that they're setting out. A lot of companies are just not giving guidance into the future because they don't know what it holds. So maybe some people are feeling some type of way, some positivity towards this, that they're actually giving these out there. Now, of course, I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research. I'll look into this more. Again, this is just really quick. I wanted to bring this to you guys in case you hadn't seen it already. Let me know what you guys think about BNGO. Let me know if you thought this was a great earnings or a bad earnings or whatever down below in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. Again, check out, if you want to check out their website, BioNano Genomics. You can check out their investor call here in about 10 minutes from the end of this recording, but it'll probably be on by the time you see this. Thank you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for checking out WeBull, Patreon, BlockFi down below. Bye.